Greetings, friends. It's me, Women29, and I just wanted to come on and stress the importance of the Deutero author in what we talked about before, because I don't think a lot of people understand exactly how this book was composed and the importance of what that author was trying to say. And I will be posting a link to the article that I posted, and I will be posting links to Google Books on the hundreds of books of research discussing this idea of the Deuteronomistic history and what all that entailed. Another good book, if you can pick it up, is David and Solomon, Israel Finkelstein, and Neil Silberman. Finkelstein is a very controversial author, but he deals a lot with archaeology and placing events according to archaeology into different time periods. So sometimes the scholars who are of theological ideas don't exactly line up with the way he places the kingdoms and the kings within the context of archaeology. But he has some great things to say about the Deutero author, and it's very important. This idea, spanning from Deuteronomy all the way to the end of Kings, is part of this section, and it's epic, written to rally the people to religious reform and to gain control of the religious dimension of the Israeli government, and to get people to support it. And a lot of people believe that the book that was found and shown to Josiah was the book of Deuteronomy, because a lot of the laws and implementations that he put into his reform are found in the book of Deuteronomy. So here we have the lacing together of folk tales, stories, events, and cycles and motifs all together to form an epic, showing that if you obey the laws of the divine, things will go well for you. If you do not, things will go badly for you. So there's a lot of great things here. There's a lot of old stories woven into this huge epic, which is in itself a book. Now when you get to Chronicles, totally different epic for a totally different reason. These stories were, these accounts were done for another reason. However, between Deuteronomy 4 all the way to the end of Kings, you have this interweaving of old and the new, and the propaganda, if you will, of the priestly caste on how their views of religious convictions were impressed upon the people and the government, and it was done through literature, and it even influences the way we do things today and see things today and how we read the biblical text. So it's very important to learn about the Deutero writer and the message that they, or the school of thought, was trying to get across. This information is very important because you're not going to find this in the Skeptic's Annotated Bible, and Samuel Harris is not going to talk about this in his books. These are the building blocks of belief systems, and you can use this information to build up or to take down, because these are the blocks. And so that's why I'm spending a lot of time on explaining some of these things, dealing with textual criticism and some of the hypotheses that are out there, because it's very important, and it's one step out of the basic idea of Sunday school class, and maybe get you on your way to reading the text a little more in depth and thinking about them a little bit differently than we have for so many years. So however you use this, this can be a fair and foul thing. However you use this is up to you, but I'm just going to lay it out because this is just beautiful literature, and I I think more people should know about it, and they don't for some reason. So we're in the next video that I'll be posting shortly, we'll be getting into First Psalms, and we're going to be looking at the different versions that we talked about before. We're going to be looking up some names, and we're going to be comparing the first chapter and second chapter of 1 Samuel to some ancient Near Eastern texts and some prayers and some holy war hymns, which is clearly what possibly Hannah was saying there. So moving on, thanks for listening, and I intend to take as long as I want to, simply because you have to understand the basic background of the information in order to fully comprehend, or at least attempt to fully comprehend, to start to comprehend what's happening and the dynamics and the polematic ideas that's buried within these texts. So we'll see you in the next video, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.